Today is Monday, February 2, 2026. And I don't know about you, but if you've been tracking the headlines this morning, you might feel this distinct sense of vertigo.
Oh, absolutely. Vertigo is the right word. It's a disorienting mix, isn't it?
It really is.
Usually we get to compartmentalize things. You have your business news bucket and then your sci-fi speculation bucket over here.
Right.
But the sources we have today from TechWorld Bangladesh, they just refuse to stay in their lanes. They're all bleeding into each other.
Exactly. It's not a collection of isolated events. It feels more like a timeline.
A timeline, yeah.
On one end, we've got a massive disruptive outage at X, formerly Twitter, right here in the US.
The immediate problem.
And on the other end, a scientific prediction about the year 2045 that, it fundamentally redefines what it means to be human.
It's the tension between the immediate and the infinite.
Yeah, and stuck in the middle are all these businesses trying to make sense of it with tools from LinkedIn and platforms like Power and AI.
We're dealing with server crashes today while planning for a merger with machine intelligence in just 19 years.
That's the one. That's the headline that just stopped me in my tracks.
Yeah.
I've seen bold predictions, sure, but this report cites scientists claiming that by 2045, we enter the era of human-machine integrated intelligence.
And the math on that is startling.
It really is. It's February 2026. That is just 19 years away.
19 years, less than a generation.
My first reaction when I read that was, skepticism. It feels a little sensationalist.
Of course.
But then I thought about the trajectory we've been on since, 2015? The acceleration curve isn't a line, it's a vertical wall. So when they say integrated intelligence, are we talking about a better Siri, or is this something biological?
The source material is suggesting a fundamental fusion.
A fusion?
We aren't talking about using tools anymore. Right now, we're in the era of interaction. You prompt an AI, it responds. The 2045 prediction, that's about integration. It's where the line between my thought and the machine's processing just dissolves.
Wow.
The report calls it a revolutionary change in human history. It suggests we are literally the last generation to think entirely with our own biology.
That's the distinction. It's the end of the user interface.
Exactly.
Because right now, even with the best tech, there's friction. I have to type or I have to speak. There's a lag between what I intend and what the machine does.
Right.
2045 implies zero latency, zero friction between desire and execution.
Precisely. And that context changes how we look at everything else in the news today. If you know that in 19 years the goal is total fusion, then a mundane update, like a new LinkedIn feature, it suddenly looks like training wheels.
It's not just a product update.
No, it's behavioral conditioning.
Okay, let's pull on that thread, because the LinkedIn news is the next report in our stack.
Right.
On the surface, it sounds incredibly boring. LinkedIn introduces verified AI skill certificates.
You're the badge for your profile.
Great. But with that 2045 context, this feels more like a literacy test for this new world.
It is absolutely a literacy test. Think about how the resume has evolved. 20 years ago, you'd put Microsoft Office on there to show you could function.
Here is the baseline.
Then it became things like social media marketing. Now, LinkedIn is building a whole infrastructure to verify, not just let you claim, but verify your skill with AI tools.
Because I know AI is the new, I'm a hard worker. It's meaningless. Everyone says it.
And in a market that is just flooded with people claiming they're prompt engineers, employers need a filter.
They need proof.
The source explicitly says this lets professionals display verified certificates. It's the labor market saying, look, we don't trust your self-assessment anymore.
So as we inch toward that 2045 integration, being able to interface with these systems isn't a bonus skill.
No, it's the baseline for economic survival.
It's the gatekeeper. If you don't have that badge, you don't even get past the algorithm that's screening the resumes. We're literally badging ourselves to prove to the machines that we're compatible with the software.
Compatible is the perfect word. We're standardizing human output to match machine input.
And while we're all scrambling to get certified on LinkedIn, businesses are facing their own crisis.
They really are. Caught in a pincer movement, really, between two forces, speed and trust.
Which brings us to these two really different business reports. First, let's talk about speed. We have this fascinating story about a platform called Power in AI.
Yes, a Bangladeshi platform that's now entering the global market.
And the origin is significant, isn't it?
I think so. It shows that this kind of high-level AI innovation is completely decentralized now. You don't need to be in Silicon Valley to build a world-class engine.
But look at what they're selling. The report says they're in the sales automation market, and their core pitch is quick response capability.
It sounds so simple, but it represents a massive shift in what we all expect as consumers. We are now in the zero latency economy. The source points out that if a buyer sends a message, an immediate reply dramatically increases the chance of a sale.
It's not even about the quality of the reply anymore, is it? It's just the timestamp.
It's the timestamp.
If I message a company at 3 in the morning and don't get a reply in 5 seconds, I'm gone. I'm on to the next link.
That's the reality. So Power and AI automates that first touch point. It removes the human pause from the entire equation.
A human salesperson sleeps.
A human salesperson hesitates, thinks about what to say. The AI just acts.
So Power and AI is basically weaponizing immediacy.
That's a great way to put it. They are. And for a business in 2026, if you're not using a tool like this, you are. You're bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah.
You are biologically incapable of competing.
Okay, so that's the speed side. Automation, instant gratification. But then we have the counterweight, the adult in the room, a report on Dun & Bradstreet.
Right, D&B. The report says they've just been named a leader in multiple categories at the G2 Winter 2026 Awards.
And G2 is a big deal because it's based entirely on user feedback, right? This isn't some paid placement.
No, it's real users voting them to the top. And you have to look at why.
Okay.
The recognition is based on customer experience and feedback. In a world where power and AI helps you move at the speed of light, D&B helps make sure you aren't running straight off a cliff.
It's the trust factor.
It's data hygiene. I mean, think about it. We are just drowning in AI-generated content. We have sales bots talking to customer service bots. The sheer volume of noise in 2026 is deafening. In that kind of environment, having a verified, trusted source of business data, which is what D&B provides, becomes infinitely more valuable.
So the whole business landscape right now is defined by that tension.
Absolutely.
You have this immense pressure to adopt tools like Power and AI just to be faster than everyone else.
Right.
But on the other hand, you have this desperate need for a D&B to verify that the people you're selling to are, real and creditworthy.
Exactly. You need the accelerator, that's Power and AI, and you need the steering wheel, which is D&B.
If you only have speed, you crash.
And if you only have verification, you're too slow, you lose the deal. The companies that are winning in 2026 are the ones figuring out how to balance those two things.
But this is where the whole narrative gets dark. We have this 2045 dream of perfect integration. We have LinkedIn prepping us for it. We have these business tools accelerating us toward it. And then someone pulls the plug.
The X outage.
Yeah. This report stood out because of the specific language it used. X goes down in the United States, thousands of users affected. Sounds like a standard tech glitch, right?
Happens all the time.
But the report explicitly says that this caused suffering and inconvenience, particularly among young people.
Suffering. That's a heavy word for a social media app not loading.
It is. And I don't want to sound like the old man yelling at a cloud here. I don't think we should just dismiss that reaction as drama. I think it points to something much deeper about how we're wired in 2026.
I agree completely. We shouldn't mock it. We should analyze it. Why does it feel like suffering?
Yeah, why?
Because for that demographic, and increasingly for all of us, a platform like that isn't just a newspaper or a distraction anymore. It's a sensory organ.
That's it. It's an extension of their social nervous system.
If you lose your sight for an hour, you suffer. If you lose your hearing, you suffer. So if you spent your whole conscious life connected to this digital hive mind, and that connection is suddenly severed.
It's not a technical difficulty.
No, it feels like isolation. It feels like an amputation.
It just exposes how fragile this whole system is that we're building. We spent the first half of this deep dive talking about how incredibly powerful we're becoming. Power in AI, verified skills, integration in 2045. But one server trips in a data center somewhere.
And we fall apart emotionally.
Yeah.
That is the irony at the heart of today's stack, isn't it?
Yeah.
We are building this godlike future for 2045, but our infrastructure in 2026 is still made of glass.
And our emotional resilience might be even more fragile than the servers.
I think so.
It really makes you question that whole timeline. The scientists say we'll be ready for integrated intelligence in 19 years.
Yeah.
But if we can't handle a generic outage on X without experiencing genuine distress, are we really ready to have the internet hardwired into our cognitive process?
Imagine that outage, but in the context of 2045.
Oh, wow.
If your intelligence is truly integrated, if the machine is literally part of your mind and the server goes down,
You'll just lose your feed.
you lose part of your IQ, you lose part of your memory. You lose part of you.
That is terrifying. It's not inconvenience anymore. It's a lobotomy.
A temporary lobotomy, sure. But the dependency we're seeing today with the X outage is just a faint preview of that future vulnerability.
Right.
We are outsourcing more and more of our executive function, our social connection, our professional value to these systems.
So we are sprinting toward a future where we're infinitely powerful when the system is working.
And completely helpless when it doesn't.
That's the trade-off we're making.
It seems to be. We're trading autonomy for capability. Power in AI gives you the capability to reply instantly, but you lose the autonomy of the human pace.
LinkedIn verifies your skill, but you lose the autonomy to define your own value outside their algorithm. And 2045 promises the ultimate capability, superintelligence, but at the cost of the ultimate autonomy, your own private biological thoughts.
It's the final step of that trade. And looking at all these reports from today, Monday, February 2, 2026, I'm not sure we're fully grasping the price tag.
No.
We're too busy celebrating the speed and the awards to notice that we're building a cage. A very fast, very smart cage, but a cage nonetheless.
So what's the takeaway for the listener? You're sitting there, maybe on your commute, you've heard about 2045, about sales bots and LinkedIn badges and outages. What do you actually do with all this on a Monday morning?
I think the takeaway is about intentionality. We're sort of drifting toward this 2045 future on a current of convenience.
It's convenient.
It is. It's convenient to use the sales bot. It's convenient to get the LinkedIn badge. It's convenient to live on X. But we need to be aware that every one of those convenient choices is a small step toward that total integration.
It's about noticing the friction. Or, I guess, noticing the pain when the friction suddenly reappears.
Exactly.
When X goes down, notice how much it hurts. That pain is a data point. It tells you just how deep the hooks are in.
Exactly. Use the glitch as a diagnostic tool. If that outage caused you what feels like suffering, that's a signal that your resilience needs an upgrade just as much as your software does.
And maybe we need to spend the next 19 years building up that emotional hardiness. Because if the scientists are right, the machines are going to be ready for us. The real question is whether we're going to be stable enough to handle them.
That's the race. It isn't human versus AI. It's human technology versus human wisdom. And right now, the technology is lapping us.
We have 19 years to catch up. The clock is ticking.
Tick-tock.
This has been a heavy one, but I think a necessary one. We started with a stack of seemingly random reports and ended up diagnosing the future of human evolution. Not bad for a Monday.
Just another day in the deep dive.
As you go about your week, keep an eye on those mundane updates. The new button on an app, the server glitch, the faster response time. Ask yourself, is this a tool I'm using, or is it a system that is slowly using me?
And if you find the answer is the latter, maybe take a walk outside.
Yeah.
Leave the phone behind.
Verify your walking outside skill. No badge required. Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive.
We'll catch you on the next wave.